Here's how to locate a phone and get its exact GPS location no matter where you are or what you're doing, and you don't need to install any software or any app to the phone. Now, first, let me just start out that when people start hearing this or listening to this, they think locate a phone or track a phone without having and all this other stuff. Right away, they jump to the negative, like cheating and things like that. And yes, people do use these things for that purpose, but that's not the only purpose for something like this. There are many other reasons people use apps like this, and like for instance, to track their son or daughter, maybe a loved one, an elderly person, anything at all where you want to find someone's location or track their location or track their movement over a period of time. An app like this, or I should say a service like this, like instantid.info, can be used, and they're put to very good use. So for instance, let's just say you have an elderly person in your family. Maybe they're 80, 85 years old, and they're just not without their faculties anymore, like they were even 5 or 10 years ago, but they insist on walking down those stairs and walking out that door and taking a walk around the block, or they insist on still driving their car even though it's dangerous for them to do it. Well, if you want to, you could send a text message to that phone anytime you want through instantid.info, and that phone's location will be reported back to you as a push pin on a Google map. And the best part about it is if you want to do this, and let's just say the elderly person might get angry if they find this out, well, all of your searches and all of this activity on instantid.info remains anonymous. That person will not know that you're searching their phone number. So this is a great way to find out what's going on with maybe an elderly person. Let's say you have maybe your daughter is out with her friends and they're out, driving around and doing what teenagers do or young adults do. And you're texting her, calling her, she's not answering. You're getting a little worried. You go to Instant ID, you send a text message to her phone, and then it reports back again that exact location as a push pin on a Google map. And the same situation, every search rather on instantid.info will not, it remains anonymous. They will not know that you're searching their phone number. So yes, you could use it for like infidelity and cheating, but let's use another example. So you have a friend going out on a date, and she just wants to make sure that she's safe and people know where she is. Again, you could use instantid.info to ping her phone or to send a text message to her phone anytime you want to get her location. She doesn't need to share her location with you. She doesn't need to do anything like that at all. So let's just say she's in a precarious situation and she can't get to her phone like that, and maybe she's out walking around because whatever, she's afraid. You never know what the situation might be. You send a text message to her phone, you know exactly where she's at. Now you can communicate with her, and maybe a problem or a serious situation can be avoided. Many, many good uses for something like this. Now, when it comes to like infidelity and cheating, yeah, because let's face it, anybody out there who's dealing with cheating or infidelity, more than likely you're dealing with someone who's always thinking about 50 different ways to leave the house and have you think something, else rather than what they're doing. So they might say, I'm going to Pete's house to play pool, or I'm going to Kim's house to, sit down and talk to her because she's having a problem with her husband or something like that. When in reality, what they're really doing is meeting up with someone else. So when they leave the house, something is going on. All you have to do, go to instantid.info, you search their phone, you enter their phone number into the search bar, and the first thing it does gives you their location, their approximate location. Then you can send a text message to their phone to get its exact location. Many, many uses for something like this. The list is very, very long. Also, when it comes to like cell phone monitoring, these cell phone monitoring apps can gather WhatsApp messages, text messages, call recordings, FaceTime call recordings, and especially WhatsApp and private messaging apps like Signal or anything else that people might be using. Social media activity, especially DMs. Now, we all know that these kids today are really big social media demons, and this is how a lot of the problems in their life start. So if you have a teenage daughter or son, this is a great way to keep track of their social media activity. In addition, yes, if you suspect infidelity or cheating, yes, you can use what's called an OTA spy app, like the ones offered in ProSpy, and to get the WhatsApp messages and text messages. And these things are great. All you have to do is download the app. You enter the phone number of the phone you want to monitor, then you enter the license key. And then a remote connection is established over the internet, hence over-the-air OTA app. That's how they get their name. And once that happens, information from that phone will be sent to your phone. It's as easy as, like using your own phone. If you could use your own phone, you could absolutely use an OTA spy app or an OTA app, as they're called. And again, they have many uses. You can use it for your son or daughter. And always remember this too. It is illegal in most countries to use or install monitoring or surveillance software on a phone that you do not own or have authorization to install. Now, if you own the phone or if you have ownership interest in the phone, that might be a different story. Always make sure you seek legal advice. And if the person you are monitoring is under 18 years of age and you are the parent or legal guardian, that more than likely is okay as well. But again, always seek legal, advice. Don't take any legal advice from me. Now, getting back to the whole thing. Now, these OTA apps that are offered in ProSpy are fantastic at gathering information that might otherwise be very, very difficult to get. And you know what I'm talking about. These situations in life sometimes, if you walk over to your partner and say, "Can I take a look at your phone?" and they say no, or why, or what do you need it for, or gaslight you, you know something is going on. Because if nothing is going on, you walk over and ask them and just say, "Hey, can I look at your phone?" They should hand it over to you freely without any hesitation whatsoever. And if you don't have something like that, maybe you have something you might want to take a look into and maybe find out the truth, because you know as well as I do, if you walk over to them and you say, "Hey, are you doing so-and-so, or I suspect this or I suspect that," the first thing they're going to do is lie to you and deny everything it is that you're asking them about, and then they're going to go about gaslighting you and manipulating you. So before you go ahead and do something like that, and then of course they're going to distort your reality and make it seem like you're the crazy one, which I'm sure many of you have experienced. So what you do then is you gather your evidence with the methods I already told you about, and now you can present it to them and say, "Hey, look, I don't care what you say. I have the proof." Now you can go about making your own decisions in life, and make your life the way you want it instead of the way they want it to be. No more being gaslit, no more being manipulated, no more like being told that you're the crazy one when you know damn well you're not. And that's what these apps can help people do. Free your mind, keep people safe, many, many applications.